So in this week's video, I'll be showing my full coloring process. This video was by popular demand, so let's get started. The first thing I do is get my daily dose of Pinterest just to see what's going on here, and it's looking pretty good so far. There's still whispers like, wait, I see Anga, and he's hot, I have to say that. So anyway, going back, I was thinking about which character I should do until I thought about my favorite woman in Bangla Stray Dogs. Well, one of my favorites. So I'm going to be using my girl as a guinea pig for this video. And I just have to say, I feel like her backstory should be explored more. She was just there to just fill out the role as an executive, and then she's been gone for how long? We haven't seen her in like, what, 20 chapters? That's insane. Given how hot she is, I digress. So my next order of business was to find a pose that best suited her, and I had an idea because I had already saved this one from like a while back, so I just decided to use this one. So here's the reference board I'll be using for my artwork. First thing I'm going to do is get the sketch out of the way. So now that the sketch, line art is done, the first thing I do is use pen fill and then fill all the base colors in. I like to use saturated colors in the beginning, and then I'll start to build up with more vibrant, bright colors towards the end. Don't mind how unaesthetically pleasing it is to watch me fill in every single base color. I know, I also feel the pain. Use the lasso eraser to take away everything that is outside the lines. My favorite part, rendering. So I took a dark purple color for her hair and then set it to multiply to make it darker. And then I just lowered the opacity. For the highlights, I just used diamonds as I always do, but I also made little splotches around and then erased them and put them on add just to give it a little bit of shine. Color I used for the shadows of her skin I wasn't really feeling, but I'll get back to that later. Now it's time to move on to the eyes. I filled in the base color of her eyes and used a darker color for the shadows, and then I used a light purple pinkish for the highlights and used the sequence pen for the little shines. As you can see, I got back to her skin and just used a darker peachish brown and set it to multiply, just because I didn't like the previous one, and I used pencil graphite in the step and airbrush. The patterns on her kimono, I used a light pink on the dark side and a black on the other, and just set the other one to color dodge. For her coat, I just used the cloud brush for the lighter parts and just airbrushed the shadows in. So for her gold hair pieces, I wanted to make her hair pieces more extravagant because I feel like the show doesn't do her beauty justice. So I just added a few more pearls and more, gold and diamonds and everything, just to make her more extravagant. And I think it worked out in the end because I like the results. May not look like I'm doing anything here, but I am just coloring in the pearls. I just had to clarify because it looks like I'm doing absolutely nothing. This is when I started doing the background. I didn't really like the first concepts I came up with, so in the end I just chose the scene from the show and put it as the background and made it look more hand painted. Also added some shadows and highlights just to make her blend in much better with the scenery around her. So here's the finished product. I decided to make a little animation with it. I think it looks cute. I'm extremely happy with this piece. But with looking at the time, this took me 11 hours. My passion for drawing is absolutely down the drain, so I'm disappearing for a few weeks. Or months, who knows, but I will come back most definitely, so don't worry. And thank you to whoever watched until the end. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a good day.